Chapter 41 of Ramayana's Ayodhya Kanda. Bharata asks for the Padukas. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. Still Bharata maintained his stand. He asked Rama to change his mind. Rama raised him up from the floor where he was prostrating before him and, placing him on his lap, he said, "Do not say that you will not be able to rule the kingdom, and do not advance that as a reason for asking me to come back with you. I know how wise you are, and I know only too well the path of Dharma which you have ever followed. You are capable of ruling the entire earth and the three worlds too. There is no need for you to worry about it. The ministers, who were the advisors in our father's court, are with you and they will help you. But you must give up this hope of taking me back with you." Bharata, the radiance may be separated from the moon. The mountain Himavan may perhaps be seen bereft of its snowy cloak. The ocean may overstep the bourne set for it, but I will not break the promise I gave to my father. Child, whether your mother did what she did because of her love for you or because of her avarice is immaterial. Your duty is to obey the command of our father and rule the kingdom. Bharata's face was a picture of unhappiness. He now realized that he would have to go back to the city without Rama. He wiped his brimming eyes with his forearm and said, "You have commanded me. You are now like a father to me, and I should do what you ask me to. But one thing is certain. I will not accept the kingdom for myself." From among the many articles he had brought for the coronation of Rama in the forest, Bharata hunted out a pair of sandals inlaid with gold. He had evidently hoped to make Rama wear them during the ceremony. He said, "Here are the sandals inlaid with gold. I beseech you to stand on them for a moment. Blessed by the touch of your sacred feet, these sandals will become sanctified and they will bear the burden of ruling the world." Rama smiled at Bharata and stood for a moment wearing the golden sandals as desired by Bharata. He gave them to him after that. Bharata prostrated before the sandals and said, "My beloved brother, remember, I will live wearing these coarse tree bark and deer skin for the next 14 years, and I will retain these matted locks until you remove yours. I will wait for you to come back, and I will live outside the city of Ayodhya. My food will be fruits and roots. I will enthrone these sandals, and they will rule the kingdom as your symbols. I will rule the kingdom as your representative. The day your banishment is concluded, I must see you, or else I will fall into the blazing fire and end my life. You must keep this in mind." "I will," said Rama. He embraced Bharata and Shatrughna and said, "Bharata, remember, you must treat your mother with respect. Do not pursue this anger and displeasure. I want you to swear in my name and in the name of Sita that you will do so." Tears were flowing freely from the eyes of Rama as he bade farewell to the noble Bharata. Bharata took the sandals in his hands and placed them with reverence on his head, and he made a pradakshina to Rama. 3 times he went round him and then stood still. Rama went to each one of the many who had come to see him and spoke to them with affection. Finally, he bade farewell to his mothers and to Sumantra with tears in his eyes. The moment had come when they had to leave, and the leave-taking was painful on either side. When they had left, Rama tottered into the ashrama, unable to bear the parting from his dear and beloved people and kinsfolk. Jai Shri Ram. Apadamahartaram dataram sarvasampadam lokaviramam Shri Ramam bhuyo bhuyo namamyam. Jai Shri Bharata. Om Shri Ramar Pranamasti. Chapter 42 of Ramayana's Ayodhya Kanda, Bharata's Return. Om Shri Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pathaye Namaha. To an extent, Bharata was happy. He had not been able to take Rama back with him, it was true, but he was able to avoid the sin of accepting the throne. Rama's sandals would rule the country, and he was but a servant of the king. Still carrying the padukas on his head, Bharata ascended the chariot and Shatrughna followed him. The Kulaguru Vashishta and the ministers preceded him. They went round the Chitrakuta mountain after crossing the river Mandakini and travelled eastwards. After covering a large area of land, they reached the ashrama of the sage Bharadwaja. Bharata decided to halt there for the rest of the day, and he got down from the chariot. He went to the rishi and saluted him. Bharadwaja asked him, "My dear child, did you meet Rama? Were you successful in your mission?" Bharata's face was downcast. He replied, "Rama, my revered brother, was requested by me again and again, but it was in vain. Guru Vashishta asked him to come back to Ayodhya, and to him also Rama said, 'I am firm in my resolve to obey the commands of my father. After the termination of the 14 years, I will return to the city and rule it as per your wish, but not till then.' Our Guru then suggested that he should give me permission to place the sandals touched and sanctified by Rama's feet to be placed on the throne, and Rama agreed to it. Rama stood facing the east, and he stood for a moment on these padukas, and then he gave them to me. I have got a semblance of peace, my lord, after noble Rama gave me these, and I am going back to perform the coronation for the padukas." Bharadwaja was thrilled to listen to the events which took place at Chitrakuta. He was full of admiration for the sons of Dasharatha, each vying with the other in loyalty and selflessness. He said, "Child Bharata, I am not surprised that you are the home of all good, great, and noble qualities, like a deep lake is full of clear sweet water. When he has you for son, the king Dasharatha has been made immortal." Bharata took leave of him in a humble manner and continued his journey to Ayodhya. They passed the river Yamuna and they came again to the banks of Ganga. The river was crossed as before, and Guha went back to Shringaberapura. After that, the journey to Ayodhya did not take very long. Bharata saw before him the golden turrets of his father's city. He realized that the city would be empty of his father's presence and that of Rama for a long time. He spoke to Sumantra sadly and said, "Look at the city, which seems to me to be in ruins since my dear ones are absent from there." As he was talking, they entered the gates. Soon they reached the palace of the king. Bharata descended from the chariot and entered the palace. It was empty, and to Bharata it resembled a Durdina, a day cursed by the gods, a day without the sun to brighten it. Tears welled up into his eyes, and he let them fall unheeded. He helped his mothers to go back to their apartments, and he then called a council of the elders of the court. He said, "I have made up my mind to go to Nandigrama now. I want to take leave of all of you. I will leave there and try to bear this separation from my brother with fortitude. My father, the king, has been gathered to his forefathers, and my brother, who should have succeeded him now, rules the animals in the forest. He is the king, and I will wait his return. The Padukas will rule the country till then." Vashishta and the others listened to his words and with approval and said, "May your fame live long in this world of men as a symbol of nobility. Your devotion to your brother has made you the best among men. May you be blessed with a good name and a great fame in after times." Bharata called for his chariot. He took tender leave of his mothers, and accompanied by his brother, he ascended the chariot. The royal court accompanied him. Vashishta, as usual, preceded him to Nandigrama, which was situated east of Ayodhya. The people of Ayodhya were also travelling to the little village, since they knew that the coronation of the Padukas would be taking place there. They reached the place. Bharata addressed the elders and said, I have been appointed as the guardian of the country by my revered brother. These sandals will rule the kingdom. He saluted the sandals and spoke again. To me, these are the blessed feet of my brother. The white umbrella will be held above them, and they will inspire me to walk in the right path and never to swerve from it. I will guard them as my very life. Soon, very soon, I will see them decorating the feet of my brother, and I will find peace of mind. I can then serve him as a servant all the time. I will then redeem my name from the stigma which my mother earned for me. I will be relieved of a great burden when my brother comes back and begins his rule. Dressed in tree bark and deer skin, Bharata lived in Nandigrama. He would talk to the sandals and report to them about the happenings in the kingdom as though they were human. There was nothing he did without consulting them. Dedicating it to the Padukas, he ruled the kingdom, the noble Bharata who was devoted to Rama. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Bharata, Jai Shri Shatrughna, Jai Shri Lakshmana. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. Iti Shri Ayodhya Kanda Samapti. Om Shri Ramar Panamastu.